Would you like to be a guest on our podcast, Linking to the Afterlife? I will link you to a loved one in the world of spirit or one of your past lives. This is a free reading, and we are scheduling right now. Send us an email, linkingpodcast@gmail.com, and I will send you all the information. Thank you. Hi, this is Donna, psychic medium and direct messenger for spirit. If this is your first episode, welcome. I invite you to listen to previous episodes where I link my guest with their loved one in the world of spirit. What started as one thing is morphing into so much more, not just for my guest, but for all of us. Thank you for listening. All right, I'm ready. So let's take a deep breath in and out together. And will you say your first name and the phrase, "It's a beautiful day"?
Annalie, it's a beautiful day.
Now, will you say the first name of the loved one that you'd like to connect with in spirit?
Anna.
Anna appears to be a very jovial human, jovial, like fun. Give me a hug, Donna.
Yeah.
She's got some girth to her, meaning she might have been a little bit hefty. Is that correct, Annalie?
That's perfectly correct.
She's an older woman. Yes, might have had the white or gray hair. Yes.
Yes.
She feels though happy until the day she crossed.
Mm.
She's like, "I'm so excited, Donna. I'm so excited, Donna. I'm so excited, Donna." And I'm like, "Are you excited to be there? Were you excited about what you did in your physical life?" And she just said, "Yes, everything."
Mm-hmm.
Life was exciting. But, she said, I don't know if I really recognized how exciting until I got here, meaning on non-physical world, and I could see, literally see so much more. And I'm asking her, are you referring to the life review that we all go through when we get into the world of spirit? She said, yes, I watched it at least 100 times. I said, 100 times? My dad only watched it like 8 times. She said, I knew so many people. Would that be correct, Annalie?
Yes.
I knew so many people that I wanted to make sure that I did right by everybody that I met along the way. So I didn't just do a life review of my whole life. Oh, wow, Annalie, wait till you hear this. I did a life review for every person I came in contact with, which means I looked at, after I came in contact with them, I continued to look at what they did after. I watched their life. A very compassionate woman, though. Would you say that?
Yes.
So I said, is that legal? Could you actually do that? That's not creepy at all. She went, no, because I looked at it all from an energy perspective. It wasn't, I saw the person. I saw the vibration of that person from here. I'm like, Annalie, I'm telling you, this is very interesting. This is another, something I never knew that you could do. Someone hasn't been this talkative about the life review. Like only cared about what they said in that moment, maybe, and didn't think about what they said in that moment, how it might have affected vibrationally that person that they were talking to. Not just, oh, okay, I shouldn't have said that. I saw how that person didn't like that. Is it your grandmother?
Yes.
Your grandmother went further with that life review and saw the vibration of everybody that she came in contact with So now I'm saying, were you happy? Because there's nothing else you can do about it now. You're not here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, no, you're right. I'm not here anymore. However, I learned some things. And yes, happy, sad, whatever. I'm like you, Donna.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. There were a few times where I talked to someone that I wasn't happy about what I said, but that was in my early years, my teenage years. Do you understand that, Annalie?
Yes.
She said, I did have a little bit of anger back then. Would you know of that, Annalie? Her teenage years?
Not so much.
She's bringing me back there. She said, I wish I knew about deep breaths back then. I probably should have took a few more of those during my teenage years. Do you know if her and her father had some sort of discord between them, had some sort of angst between them during those early years?
I don't know.
So that's what I'm sensing. That's what she's giving me right now. And most of that discord was from her and her father,
Mm.
which would be your
Great grandfather.
great grandfather. I said, was he there when you showed up? And she said, yes, he was. And of course, we hugged it out.
Oh,
I feel when she was here in the physical world, she was very, I like the word, cosmically aware of things. Would you agree with that?
yes.
I don't know how that played out, but let me ask her a few more things before you explain. I'm looking at this note on my desk that says cosmic. I'm not sure yet if she means, the work that I do in spirit or the actual stars. But I feel when she says cosmic, it's very expansive. Like it could include all of those things that I just said.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if she had this, like she loved the stars, she believed in, we'll say, star beings, or believed there was something more than her physical body?
Yeah, I can't think of any specific details. And she really loved going to church. She really loved the saints. I just grew up knowing that her connection to spirit was beyond just what we learned in church. It was more,
Mm.
and she radiated it.
So you get that. You get what she's saying and the whole cosmic awareness.
Yeah.
I said to her, is that why you did your life review 100 times? Did that make you know, like in your knowing, you knew there was more? She said, yes. And when I'm doing my life review, everything I've learned, I try to put that out up here. Like if I see other people maybe wondering, should they do a life review? And she says, I tell everybody, yes, you should. And I told her, I know that you don't have to do a life review. That's your choice. She said, but I kind of talk to them. So I kind of stay in this 1, 2, 3 planes of existence where I can speak a little bit more to those souls who have just crossed. Do you understand that, Annalie?
Yes.
She hasn't been there for long in the world of spirit, but she's very on top of things. You get that?
Yes.
And I feel she definitely, like you alluded to that just recently, but she definitely gave you purpose. She gave you more than purpose, is what she's telling me. Do you agree?
Yes.
I don't know if you taught her the breath or she taught you about deep breaths, but there's definitely a connection there with breath. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah. I recently started to do more of a deep dive into meditating. And I've known about how to take deep breaths when you're stressed out at work or how to do these little tips and tricks. But just recently, actually, in the time from when she had passed, I started to do even deeper meditations. And I really understood the power of breath and the benefits that come from it, not just physically, but also spiritually. And I think that allowed me to have a deeper connection with her after she passed.
She's clearly agreeing right now with you.
Mm-hmm.
So fabulous. Her husband, your grandfather,
Mhm.
he passed a while ago. He passed before her. Is that correct?
Yes.
He was there also, but he was a very jovial man too, right? They had a great fun time, didn't they?
Yes.
Like now that he came in and they're chatting, I'm like, hello, over here. No, it's like they have so much to say. They've always had so much to say to each other, to each other. They were each other's teachers, yes?
Yes.
They understood that. They understood it. They got it. They got the whole deal about consciousness and listening consciously, speaking consciously, very much aware of each other. Do you know that about them?
Yes. It wasn't uncommon. I mean, every time you would go over to their house, he had his chair, she had her chair, and they were always talking to each other, always. And sometimes it included bickering, but even in their bickering, it never escalated. It was just he would end up sitting there kind of thinking about what she said. She would she would continue talking about how she was right about what she was talking about. But they were constantly talking, and I think that they balanced each other really well because he saw her and she saw him, and there was an understanding of each other.
That's exactly what I'm looking at right now. Like I wanted her to come back and look at me, but she's like, now that they've gotten together, it's like I can't break them free.
Mm-hmm.
She also had like this thing with words. She could use big words, or she could say a word and say, let me tell you what that means. Or she would use like statements that were powerful. She had something about words. Maybe I knew so many words.
She said a lot of words. A lot.
She said a lot of words. I'll go with that.
Her stories would go on.
There you go. I'll go with that. Do you know if she had in her house lacy curtains?
Yes.
The lacy curtains brought in such a beautiful shadow or beautiful pictures that she could get lost in that. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm focusing on these lacy curtains, bringing through these images for me that I'm looking at them, like looking at other things that they could be. Now, you know how you look at clouds and you think about
Yeah.
what the images look like to you? That's what I feel like when I'm looking through these lacy curtains and the shadow that's falling down. How does that resonate with her?
Oh, I'm so happy to elaborate on this. In my whole life, she always liked to sit in this one couch that was right next to a window that had these chiffon curtains. And she just would sit there for hours just looking out her window. And I remember, I think the chiffons, I think they were closed. So she was just looking through them to view the backyard so I could see how she saw different things.
She was seeing different things. What a beautiful memory that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was she especially close to you, or are there any other no other siblings for you?
There are.
But you were the closest to her?
Yeah.
And I feel that she was a mirror for you, or you were a mirror for her. You know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Figuring out if you're doing that, what do I need to learn from that?
Mm-hmm.
I know you mentioned already the meditations. Are you connecting a little bit more through writing, like journaling, or trying to interpret spirit's messages through writing, Annalie?
Not through writing.
I feel that that's a good thing for you to do, though.
Hmm.
I'm seeing that. I'm seeing you connecting that way. And I'm hearing them say, don't get frustrated
Okay.
when you don't first hear anything. That's just you getting in the way of them.
Oh, okay.
So the little ones, too,
Mhm.
and I knew that, but your grandmother loved them, but was she not able to like pick them up, or she wanted to do so much more but could not physically? That's correct?
That's correct.
And did you often give her pictures or, I don't know, send her pictures? But she said, I was very grateful for all the, I see the different stages of their development and her seeing the different stages. When your kid goes to school and every year you get a picture of them for every school year. She said, I'm just so grateful you kept giving me those things.
Not pictures, but we would visit her often.
Okay,
I made a point to take the kids over.
good, good. So appreciative of all those moments when you kept coming through.
Yeah.
And whose favorite color is purple?
Purple. I think it's one of my cousins.
I'm going to go with either her or you. So I'm going to go with her favorite color, purple.
Okay.
So the way that she'll be coming through to you would be purple, but it's more not the purple like my shirt, more of a lighter, brighter shade of purple. Whether you see it in your mind's eye or you walk past a store and there's this beautiful display of just purple flowers, those are all your messages from her, your way of knowing, oh, purple, that's grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yeah, got it.
I'm asking her if she has one last thing to share with you. She said, don't be afraid to write. Don't be afraid to use all the colors in your box, all the colors. And always know that I'm right behind your right shoulder. I'm always right there behind your right shoulder. Anything else you'd like to elaborate on, Annalie?
Yeah, I wanted to share with you, Donna, about how helpful it's been that you've shared about asking for signs from a loved one in the non-physical world. And I feel like I've had in my head, it's like this little game that I've been playing with her where in meditation, I'll ask her for a specific thing. The hardest one, I thought, this is when I was really getting creative with it. I asked her for an octopus. And I'm like, how is she going to bring an octopus to me? And on my birthday, this would have been the first one where she wouldn't have given me a call because she wasn't here. We were at a candy store and there were some sour octopi in the corner right by the cash register. Since then, there have been more signs. I've really appreciated all of the signs that she sends me when I ask them, and most recently for my mom too.
I'd like to thank my guest today for allowing all of us to join in on their process, their journey. And I'd like to thank you for not only listening, but coming together in a oneness vibration. Thanks again.